Welcome to our last session of the day. We're so excited for this panel with Rimane, data scientist at Luko, and Pie-Loup, data analyst at Luko. It's always good when data helps us make a better decision. When data helps make our world better, that's data for the greater good. In this session, Luko will discuss how they use data and how they keep the give back at its core business model by returning the money that wasn't used to refund claims to charity. None of this would be possible without the modern data stack. Now, I'd like to give a warm welcome to this session's host, Aymen sales engineer at Fivetran.
Thanks, Alexa. Good morning, good afternoon, everybody. This is Aymen Benazuz. I'm part of the sales engineering team in our EMEA office, speaking to you directly from rainy Dublin. And I have the pleasure today to welcome with me Rimane and Pie-Loup from Luko. So if you have any questions, please feel free to put it and we will cover it at the end of the sessions. For now, I would like to present Rimane and Pie-Loup. If you can give us a quick overview about yourself.
Sure. Hi, everyone. So my name is Rimane. I'm a data scientist at Luko for now 2 years. And I initiated the work on the data stack that we have today at Luko.
Hi, everyone. I'm really glad to be here. My name is Pie-Loup, and I also work at Luko as a data analyst. I joined a little over a year ago, and I helped Rimane implementing the modern data stack at Luko. And also provide reports such as the one we will be talking about during this session.
Thank you. Thanks, guys. So let's start by the start. Start about how all that started with Luko, how you innovated and you created this new way of doing insurance. And more importantly, how Luko is using the data for the good.
Sure. So let us start with Luko and its business model. So Luko is an insurtech company focused on protecting and caring for our households. This means that we use data and tech to protect the most important part of our lives. Unlike traditional insurance that focus on all-in-one insurance solution, at Luko we are focused on home care. This means both insuring homes, loans, but also providing a repairment network to almost small repairing. Traditional insurance companies tend to reimburse claims. At Luko, we want to repair and prevent the claims that our user face. We want to simplify the maintenance of households with services that we have invented. We also want to prevent the damages, so we are building devices like water devices that detect leaks and prevent the users or customers before it's too late. We also at some point created a service where the users could give their keys, and instead of being locked out and calling a locker, they would just simply get their key delivered to their house. And finally, Luko is realigning interest. We don't make more money by reducing the amount we pay to the customer's claim. What we do is we actually give back what's left to charities instead of traditional insurance companies that profit by paying less for the claims. This enables us to have a growing relationship with our customers and not a conflictual relationship.
Thanks, Pie-Loup. This sounds and looks really great. Can you tell us a bit more about how important the data in this process?
Sure. Well, let me answer this one. So at the beginning, actually, when the Luko adventure started 5 years ago, it was not exactly an insurance company, but it was focused on home care and IoT. So the goal was to see how we could help people to improve their life quality at their home using protection technologies. For example, to prevent claims, like Pie-Loup mentioned just earlier. So yeah, the goal was that people will feel safer and protected at their home place. And the performance of the devices and the technologies totally rely on data and data analysis. So from the beginning, data is really in the DNA of our company. Well, today we offer more services and mainly the ones linked to insurance, but the goal remains the same. So we rely on data to provide the best services and the best customer experience as possible.
Great. Now that we identified what you're doing and how data is important for you, at what stage and when exactly did you realize that you need to implement the modern data stack?
Well, as an insurance, we have like a lot of data directly linked to our core business, so financial data, claim management data. We also have all the data coming from the customer support that enables us to track the customer experience. We also have the data linked to our devices and our protection technologies, and all the data coming from the services that we have at Luko. So all of this, it's many sources of that data, and we realize that we need to link all this data from all these different sources to see the impact of one service on another. For example, does this service enable us to attract and retain customers? So we really needed a centralized data warehouse because without centralized data, some reports took days to build. Some insights were simply not accessible to end users and business users. And also when we launch new services, and we do a lot of this at Luko. We iterate and launch new services all the time. So we really need a quick and scalable pipeline in order to test and learn from all the services that we launch. So yeah, from ingestion to reporting to business user, it should not take weeks. Otherwise, we couldn't iterate quickly enough. So yeah, without an efficient data stack, meaning a reliable ingestion tool, a centralized data warehouse, an efficient transformation tool, and a good visualization tool, this would have not been possible.
Right. So clearly that the main benefit here is better insights. Talking about those insights, what would be the biggest insight that you found out in this journey, benefit for you or and your customer?
Well, internally first, now everyone has easy access to the same data, which was not the case before. This data is reliable. We could report easily, and it's really not painful. I mean, it leads really everyone to be more data-driven. Everyone is aligned on their goals and only take decisions based on data. And I think thanks to all of this new process and this modern data stack, we reinforce trust across our organization. For example, I mean, some figures were not accessible or unified across every team. So now it's the case. So yeah, it contributes to reinforce trust. And finally, all of this has an impact on our customers, because with this modern data stack, we could track easily the performance of our services. So we could improve the quality of our services, because each team now has a clear vision on how well they are doing. They are not blind. For example, our claim managers and the customer support team know exactly how they perform each day, and this is possible because we have a good and a modern data stack. And also I think we are able to communicate on our global result really fluently, thanks to the pipeline. I mean, it's easy to share numbers across the organizations. And I think we'll talk later about how this also contributes to give more transparency to our customers. I think thanks to that, our customers trust us also.
I mean, already here you're highlighting pretty much great outcomes, but we spoke from the beginning about how you're using the data for good. Can you walk us through this journey, how you're doing it, and how you are using it, the data for good?
Yeah, sure. You have to know that the give back is at the core of Luko. I mean, in our business model, so our main revenues come from the insurance, and so they are called the premiums, and we keep 30% of the premium, and we dedicate those 30% to the management, the customer service, the claim management experience, the innovation, launching new services for the users. Then the 70% or that remain or pooled with other users' premium, so that if they ever file a claim, we will be able to compensate the customers. And finally, at the end of the year, if there's money left, we donate it to charity of the customer's choice charities. It won't increase our profit. So it means whatever the amount we pay to the customers, at the end, we don't take more or less. The amount we pay to the customers has an impact on the give back. So technically, how we did it and how we do it, at the end of the year and a few months after the end of the year, when we are sure that most of the claims opened by the users are settled, but not all, we need to forecast the actual reimbursement during the year and the remaining reimbursement for the still open claim. This used to be a very lengthy process to get all the data, clean the data, and create a forecast of the remained open claims. Now we have everything we need to automate, and we can almost have in real time the current situation and forecasted reimbursement of the claims. Also, we are working on devices, as Rimane and said before, to prevent damages and to improve the services to customers, which means that instead of simply fixing the problems, we want to be able to prevent them. This, once again, won't increase our profit. It will simply increase the money available for givebacks. And so the good thing here is that we can use the data to either improve operations or claim experience, which will improve our profitability, or even reduce the amount of claim that customers face, which will benefit both the customers, because maybe they will be happier to not have to be able to prevent damages instead of repairing them, and also to give what's left to charities.
That's already in its core that you are doing so good with the data and you're preventing damages. It's already amazing. Looking at the insight that you got from the data, what surprised you most here?
Well, to stay in this data for good, we were very pleased this year to announce that we are giving back a little more than 100,000 euros after only 3 years in the insurance business. So why did it surprise us? Well, the thing is, we did not expect the amount to be so large so early. And so a fun fact about this is that we, as I said right before, we have this reporting where we know the amount of claims that are settled and the forecasted amount that's left to reimburse. And so we managed to have the give back almost in real time this year, and we were quite surprised that the amount was so high. So we had to double check that our pipeline was actually accurate and that it was the real number. So the good thing is that the more we grow, the more we will be able to give back to our customers, to society, to charities. And so all of this makes that we are at Luko really excited about the future and the contribution that we can have on charities, on society, and on our customers, just by realigning the interest in the insurance.
Very, very interesting indeed, Pie-Loup. Anything else you would like to add in this before we go into the questions from the audience?
Well, yeah, we were at Luko very satisfied to see that the transparency that we have both for internally and for our customers was actually a virtuous circle, in that it was it was easier for everyone to have access to data and to trust us. And that was, if I can give any advice to those listening, is transparency really helped us bring more and better insight at Luko.
We have been talking about everything that's been great and going well, but lots of the audience are actually wondering about what hard and what was difficult as you put together this modern data stack. Can you give us a bit of insight about maybe the most difficult part in that journey?
Yeah, maybe I think the first difficulty comes from the fact that we have very different kind of data. First, all the raw data coming from the devices that we have. So we have to transform them a bit so that we can build metrics out of it. And to link them with all of our customers' data wasn't an easy thing to do. Yeah, I think that was the first difficulty that we encountered.
On my side, was mostly managing stakeholders' expectations, because as soon as they see how powerful it is to be able to link all the data, they always want more and more. And so it was really key to be able to understand what their needs were, and not only what they wanted to see, thanks to this modern data stack.
So basically, you are hitting in really tricky point, which is linking that data, that technicity within the data with the business. How did you approach it, Pie-Loup? I mean, to convert that data and the insight in the data into KPI for the business?
Well, I think the first thing is you need to listen to your business users and to see the problems they face. It's easy with a modern data stack to say I can link everything and just link everything. But if you don't have the needs of your users, you will just do mainly useless reports. So to me, it was mostly understand the need, and then know that we have great tools behind that we will be able to support most of the requests that come from our business users.
Talking about the tools, I mean, that would be great if you can share with us a bit, and especially about the transformation phase. I think it's a key element in the ELT modern data stack approach is to have that transformation piece that put together the data from the different source, and like you mentioned, Pie-Loup, so you can show the business the value. I don't know if any advice you can say there, you can give it to us.
Well, I think use DBG will be a good way. Because at first we didn't use the tool, and it was kind of painful. So yeah, I think using DBG was a really great shot that we made. And yeah, it's a very powerful tool that enables to do a lot. So yeah, that would be my advice.
No, thanks, and thanks for sharing what you are using there in terms of putting together this modern data stack. Let me check if there is any more questions. Yeah, so I have a question about data quality. How you check the data to make sure that I think the data is so important. How you're not giving away too much, let's say. I mean, how you making sure. I mean, the data as it is coming, and especially that it's a direct impact between your revenue and what you're giving back to the customer and to the community through the charity. What tools are you using for data quality, and what you're trusting? What kind of tools you're trusting to make this check for you?
To check for data quality, we have several checks. Well, in our ingestion tool, it's managed by the tool. Then in DBT, we have to write manually the tests. So basically, it's I mean, it's always better than nothing. We have to start somewhere, and we increased. We added more tests as we had more time and more complex reports to build. Especially, we focused on testing the most critical part of our business. It could be counterproductive to test everything. So we made sure that we wanted to be 100% reliable on the main reporting. And in the end, since we have made the choice internally to share all the data, it's not really a problem to give away too much. The only problem could be with the business users. If they have too much to see, they can be lost. So this is another issue, but that we've managed with our BI tool, where we make sure that we train the users on the tool, and then we foster a relationship with them, which means that we try to have them ask questions through the BI tool and give us those questions so we can make sure that the answer they get is the right one.
I think we hit a quite interesting topic, which is the transformation. Another question came in now. It's why actually you choose DBT? If you can give us a bit of overview how the journey of choosing DBT, or it was straightforward for some reason or others.
Sure. Well, actually, at first we didn't use DBT. We were using only Snowflake because which is our data warehouse. So within Snowflake, you can actually automate tables creation. So that was what we first did, but it was quite hard to maintain and to collaborate. So we actually we actually asked some startup that really advised us to try DBT. And also because we didn't have a data engineer, I think DBT is really an accessible tool for analysts. And it was, when you know how to use the tool, it's really easy to collaborate between analysts. You don't really need, an expert in engineering. So, and we were, when we choose this tool, we were like 2 or 3 in the team, with, as I said, without anyone expert in engineering. So, I think that was an easy choice to make. And actually, we don't regret the choice because we can see how powerful the tool is.
Thanks, guys. Definitely. Maybe just a quick question. Have you been using, and actually how beneficial for you was using the integration DBT with the Fivetran, mainly the packages for Fivetran with DBT? Did you have a chance to explore them?
We didn't have the chance because we actually installed the DBT before there was integration provided. So.
Yeah. So definitely it's something that can be investigated. It doesn't seem that there is any more question coming in. So I give you actually the last word. If anything you want to say in the end, conclusion, or just a last advice.
Yeah, I think what we could say is, when we started at Luko, we were not a lot of people in the data section, and I think thanks to the stack we implemented, we managed to grow and scale, even though we weren't a lot of people. And today, I think we will remain with this stack because actually, I think we scaled very well with it. So yeah, I think if you are a little startup which plans to grow, I think implementing a modern data stack, at first will really enable to grow quickly and.
Thanks, Rimane. This is very, very important indeed. Conclusion and insight. Back to you, Alexa.
Thank you so much, Rimane, Pie-Loup, and Aymen for this session on Data for Good. And a huge thank you to all of the other speakers who joined us today. I would now like to kick it back to Nate Spohn, our VP of EMEA.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Alexa. And most importantly, thank you to all of you who attended our Modern Data Stack conference, have spent your Tuesday with us. I hope you have enjoyed all of the conversations. And a big thank you to all of our customers, to our partners, to our sponsors. It's really a joint journey that we're on together. And it's very cool seeing all of the innovations and the learnings that we can get from all of the different sessions as we go on this journey together. Reflecting back over the day, I very much enjoyed the fireside chat on the future of the modern data stack with Pete from Random House, Jonathan from The Guardian, Jonas from Douglas. And one thing I think I will take away from that is just the importance of data literacy. And really that driving insights for an organization is a collaboration and partnership between the business people and the data insights people within an organization. So I've got that book on my iPad and will be giving it a read. Next, we went on to the session with Rafa from Snowflake and got even deeper just into the details of the modern data stack, which is really good to understand thoroughly. And then we got to hear from BizStory and Catkin. BizStory are on fire right now, implementing a large number of modern data stack projects across many organizations, providing a lot of value. So it was great to get a little close view into how they do that. And then next, we went to Naz from Infinite Lambda. I love the guys from Infinite Lambda. They're very much on the boat of providing as much value to their clients as possible, and really, making the technology do all the work that it can do, and then just exponentially increasing the insights you can drive for your organization. So I thought that was great. And then the really strong importance on the quality of the data, and that it's accurate, that there's trust in the data. And that's kind of an initial foundation. If you don't have that, you don't really have anything. Going on, we had a lot of other great sessions. We dug quite a lot into detail, which was really good for more technical audience on how to do transfer data into meaningful queries by optimizing your data structures. And then we got the 360 view of the customer with Billy, which was really cool, and on Fido. And then carrying on, Elish and Guillaume from Looker did a great session on sales analytics. And then closing out, it was really cool to see how Luko really was very much a data throughout their entire company, throughout their entire business model, and then was also using it to have a positive impact. So overall, I think this is a journey that we're all on together. We have some workshops that we would like to invite you to join, which are Modern Data Stack workshops. So if later you want to kind of explore this for your company, to dive into the ideas that can be relevant for you, we'll send out those links, and we would invite you to join it and to carry on together. And last but not least, I want to give a big thank you to the whole Fivetran marketing team. There's a huge team of you that have put this all together. Some of you from the US up at crazy hours of the night, and others here in EMEA, to Alexa for emceeing. So with that, I'll give you a big thank you, and I wish you the best of the day and many powerful data insights for your organization to come.